Welcome to our video on a topic that many might find sensitive but is crucial for understanding male sexual health: the impact of excessive masturbation on your sex life. You may be wondering, is too much masturbation bad for me? Or how does it affect my relationships? You're not alone in these questions, and today, we'll explore why this subject matters. Many men struggle with balancing their private habits and their intimate relationships, and knowing the potential effects can help you take control of your sexual health. By the end of this video, you'll gain valuable insights into how excessive masturbation might be affecting your sexual performance, desire, and overall satisfaction. We'll unpack the myths, share practical tips, and help you understand the signs to look out for. So stick around and let's dive into this important conversation together. Masturbation is a natural and common activity that many men engage in regularly. In fact, studies indicate that the vast majority of men will experience this behavior at some point in their lives. However, the concept of excessive masturbation is more nuanced than simply counting the number of times one engages in the act. It encompasses how those habits shape and influence various aspects of life, particularly one's relationships and overall well-being. Consider the story of Jake, a young man in his 20s who epitomized the average guy. He enjoyed his personal time and often found comfort and pleasure in masturbation. Initially, it was just a way to relieve stress or satisfy urges. But over time, Jake began to notice subtle changes in his life. He started to avoid social gatherings, often opting for his private moments instead of going out on dates or meeting friends. This shift made him feel isolated, yet he struggled to understand why. His story reflects a common scenario for many: the transition from normal behavior to something that may be considered excessive, leading to negative consequences. As we delve deeper into this topic, it's essential to recognize how this behavior can transform from a natural inclination to a potential problem. The question arises, how do you identify when your habits have crossed that fine line? For some, it may simply be a matter of frequency, while for others, it's about how these habits affect their daily lives and interactions. If masturbation begins to overshadow personal connections, responsibilities, or aspirations, it's worth examining further. Physical health is another critical aspect to consider. While some may believe that masturbation is entirely benign, excessive habits can lead to physical side effects. Men might experience soreness or fatigue, and even notice changes in their sexual performance. Imagine trying to connect intimately with a partner but finding it difficult to achieve orgasm or feeling unusually delayed. These experiences can lead to frustration and disappointment, not just for oneself, but also for one's partner. Understanding these potential physical effects is crucial, as it can help you draw connections between your habits and your body's responses. Moreover, the emotional implications of excessive masturbation can be profound. Many men grapple with feelings of guilt or shame surrounding their habits. Even if the act provides temporary relief, it often leads to deeper anxieties about sexual performance and intimacy. The internal turmoil can create a cycle of loneliness and distress, further distancing individuals from fulfilling relationships. Recognizing these emotions and addressing them is vital for achieving a healthier balance in life. Navigating the complexities of masturbation and its effects can feel overwhelming, but it's important to remember that you are not alone in this journey. Sharing experiences and seeking support can pave the way for understanding and healing. As we move forward in this discussion, we will explore how relationships can be affected by these habits and the importance of open communication. Jake's journey doesn't have to be a lonely one. By acknowledging his struggles and seeking balance, he can reclaim his life and enhance his relationships. In this journey, it's essential to remember that understanding your habits and their impact is the first step toward making positive changes. Through awareness, communication, and support, you can navigate these challenges and foster a more fulfilling and connected life. As we continue, we'll uncover more about how to cultivate healthy habits and find that equilibrium, ensuring that pleasure doesn't overshadow the richness of interpersonal connections. Masturbation can be a source of pleasure and relief for many, but it can tip into a realm of concern when it begins to affect daily life and relationships. Consider the story of Jake, a young man who once enjoyed a healthy social life. He had friends, dates, and hobbies that filled his time. However, as he began to indulge in masturbation more frequently, he found himself increasingly withdrawing from those social connections. What started as a simple way to relieve stress transformed into a habit that took precedence over everything else. He began canceling plans, choosing the comfort of solitude over the excitement of companionship, leading to feelings of loneliness and regret. This scenario raises an important question: how do we recognize when pleasure becomes a problem? It's not just about how often one engages in masturbation, but rather how it impacts the quality of life. If you find yourself prioritizing solo sessions over meaningful interactions, it may be time to reflect. Studies have shown that excessive masturbation can create a cycle of avoidance, where individuals increasingly retreat into their private habits, leading to a decline in social skills and emotional connections. The physical effects of excessive masturbation can also manifest in unexpected ways. While many might assume that there are no consequences, some men report experiencing soreness or fatigue. Beyond that, it can alter sexual performance, as men might find it difficult to achieve orgasm with a partner or may experience delayed ejaculation. This disconnect can be frustrating and can lead to a cycle of anxiety about sexual performance, ultimately affecting intimate relationships. Imagine being in a situation where you're physically present with a partner, yet your mind is clouded by insecurity and self-doubt. Such feelings can create a barrier to intimacy, making it challenging to connect fully with a partner. Emotional implications are often tied closely to these physical changes. Many men feel guilt or shame associated with their habits, leading to a damaging internal dialogue. It's a paradox. Seeking pleasure can result in emotional distress that complicates one's self-image and relationships. For instance, Jake's story didn't just end with his withdrawal, it also led to intense feelings of shame. He felt trapped, oscillating between the pleasure he derived from masturbation and the guilt that followed. This tension can lead to anxiety about future intimate encounters and a fear of vulnerability, which are crucial for building healthy relationships. So how do we navigate this delicate balance? It starts with open communication. If you're in a relationship, talk to your partner about your habits and feelings. Just like Sarah and Tom, who found themselves drifting apart, sharing your experiences can foster understanding and intimacy. Rather than allowing the disconnect to widen, they learned to express their needs and concerns. This dialogue not only helped bridge their emotional gap, but also reignited their connection. In this journey, managing expectations and setting boundaries is vital. Consider finding alternative outlets for stress relief, such as exercise or engaging in hobbies. Jake learned to embrace activities that fulfilled him outside of his private time, leading to a richer social life and improved self-esteem. Recognizing the signs of excessive habits is essential. If you find yourself in a similar situation as Jake or Sarah, it may be time to seek support. Whether it's confiding in a trusted friend or consulting a professional, addressing these challenges is a courageous step towards reclaiming your sexual health. Ultimately, the importance of balance cannot be overstated. By acknowledging when pleasure turns into a problem, you can take proactive steps to enhance your emotional well-being and relationships. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards of improved intimacy, self-acceptance, and fulfilling social connections are well worth the effort. Excessive masturbation can lead to various physical effects that may surprise many. While many people consider it a harmless activity, it's essential to recognize when it crosses into problematic territory. Imagine a scenario where a man, let's call him Mark, begins his journey enjoying his private time. At first, it feels gratifying and normal. However, as time goes on, Mark starts to notice a few concerning changes in his body. He experiences soreness and fatigue, which he brushes off as just a side effect of a busy lifestyle. But what he doesn't realize is that these physical symptoms are closely linked to his habits. As Mark continues down this path, he encounters something unexpected: changes in his sexual performance. Rather than feeling excitement at the thought of intimacy with a partner, he faces delayed ejaculation and difficulty achieving orgasm when they are together. This realization is jarring for him, as he recalls the thrill he once felt. The stark contrast between his previous experiences and his current state creates a sense of urgency for him to address the issue. But how does this connect to excessive masturbation? Research indicates that excessive masturbation can lead to physical responses that disrupt the body's natural sexual functioning. There is a delicate balance between pleasure and overindulgence. For instance, when a person frequently engages in masturbation, their body can become desensitized, leading to reduced stimulation during intimate encounters with a partner. This change can create a cycle of frustration and disappointment, which can further compound feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. Mark's journey illustrates a common experience. He wanted to enjoy pleasure and intimacy, but instead found himself isolated and disconnected from his partner. The physical effects he encountered made him question whether he could experience intimacy like he once did. This emotional turmoil only added to his physical struggles, as he began to associate intimacy with anxiety rather than pleasure. But what can be done? Recognizing these signs is the first step towards reclaiming sexual health. It's essential to listen to your body and pay attention to changes that may signal an issue. If you find yourself experiencing fatigue, soreness, or a decline in sexual performance, it might be a sign to reassess your habits. The good news is that there are practical steps to take back control. Mark decided to explore healthier habits. He started incorporating physical activity into his routine, shifting some of the time he dedicated to masturbation toward engaging in exercise. This change not only improved his physical health, but also enhanced his mood and self-esteem. He discovered that as he became more active, his body responded positively, rekindling his interest in intimate moments with his partner. The transformation realization Mark experienced highlights the importance of balance. By prioritizing his overall health and well-being, he was able to overcome the negative effects of excessive masturbation. The contrast between the initial struggles and the eventual improvements serves as a powerful reminder of the potential benefits of moderation. In conclusion, understanding the physical effects of excessive masturbation is crucial for maintaining a healthy sexual life. By recognizing the signs and making conscious choices, individuals can reclaim their pleasure and intimacy. Just like Mark, anyone can transform their experiences by seeking balance and embracing healthier habits. This journey of self-awareness and adjustment not only enhances physical health, but fosters emotional connections, paving the way for fulfilling relationships and a more satisfying sexual life. Excessive masturbation can have profound emotional implications that often go unnoticed until they start to affect one's overall well-being. Many men, while enjoying the pleasure of self-exploration, may find themselves grappling with feelings of guilt or shame. This emotional turmoil can be likened to a storm brewing beneath the surface. It starts subtly but can escalate into overwhelming anxiety. The connection between pleasure and emotional health is intricate and worth exploring. Imagine a young man named Alex. He initially turned to masturbation as a way to relieve stress after long days at work. It provided a temporary escape, a moment of peace in a chaotic world. However, as time passed, Alex began to notice that those moments of relief were accompanied by a gnawing feeling of guilt. He started to dread the moments he once looked forward to, feeling as if he was letting himself down. This shift in perception is crucial because it highlights how a behavior that begins as a source of comfort can morph into a source of distress. The emotional implications of excessive masturbation can manifest in various ways. For instance, many men report increased anxiety about their sexual performance. This anxiety often stems from the contrast between solo pleasure and partnered intimacy. When the body becomes accustomed to the quick gratification of masturbation, it may create unrealistic expectations for sexual encounters with a partner. Men might find themselves feeling inadequate or concerned about their ability to satisfy their partner, leading to further anxiety and a cycle of negative self-perception. Moreover, excessive habits can lead to isolation. As men retreat into their private time, they may neglect opportunities for social interactions and intimacy. Picture Jake again. As he immersed himself in his solo sessions, he began to miss out on outings with friends and potential romantic relationships. This isolation can foster feelings of loneliness and depression, reinforcing the negative emotions already in play. The irony is that the very act that was meant to offer pleasure can lead to a path of emotional loneliness. It's also essential to address the stigma surrounding these feelings. Many men may feel embarrassed to discuss their experiences, fearing judgment or misunderstanding. This silence perpetuates the cycle of shame and guilt. By sharing narratives similar to Alex's or Jake's, we can begin to dismantle these barriers. Understanding that these emotions are common can be the first step towards healing. Recognizing these emotional implications is vital for overall well-being. Seeking help can be a transformative journey. Whether through supportive friends or professional counseling, taking that brave step can lead to significant improvements in emotional health. It's about finding balance and allowing oneself the grace to navigate these feelings without judgment. In the end, the journey towards a healthier relationship with oneself is akin to finding a way through a dense forest. It may feel overwhelming at first, but with guidance and a willingness to explore, one can emerge into the light. The transition from feeling burdened by guilt and anxiety to experiencing confidence and fulfillment is not only possible, but achievable. It's about understanding that self-acceptance and open communication, both with oneself and with partners, can lead to healthier emotional landscapes. Are you secretly frustrated with how you feel as a man, tired, unmotivated, or struggling in ways you never imagined? You're not alone, but here's the hard truth. Ignoring these signs won't fix them. Your hormones could be out of control, and it's affecting every part of your life. The good news? There's a solution. Thousands of men have already turned this around. Want to know how? The answer is in the pinned comment. Don't live like this anymore. By acknowledging and addressing the emotional implications of excessive masturbation, men can reclaim their sexual health and overall happiness. The key is to foster an environment where feelings can be expressed openly, allowing for growth and healing. As we navigate this journey, remember that seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness, and that there is a path to emotional freedom waiting to be explored. Many men find themselves caught in a cycle where their reliance on masturbation begins to overshadow their intimate relationships. When this happens, communication becomes not just important, but essential for maintaining the connection between partners. Imagine a scenario where Sarah feels increasingly isolated because her partner, Tom, has retreated into his own world, preferring solo activities over shared experiences. This type of disconnect can lead to feelings of neglect and resentment, creating a rift that can be challenging to bridge. engage. Effective communication is key to addressing this issue. It's not just about expressing dissatisfaction. It's about fostering an environment where both partners feel safe to share their feelings and needs. For instance, Tom could start by acknowledging Sarah's feelings. Instead of dismissing or defending his habits, he might say, "I realize I've been spending more time alone than with you, and I'm sorry if that's made you feel unimportant." This openness can pave the way for a more productive dialogue. In discussing the topic, it's crucial to emphasize that this isn't about blaming anyone. Both partners must understand that reliance on masturbation can stem from various factors, including stress, anxiety, or even boredom. By framing the conversation around understanding rather than blame, couples can explore the underlying reasons for these habits. This approach not only strengthens their bond, but also leads to a deeper understanding of each other's emotional needs. Moreover, couples can benefit from establishing boundaries regarding their intimate lives. For example, setting aside specific times for each other can help Tom and Sarah reconnect. They could plan regular date nights or engage in shared hobbies, which can provide opportunities for intimacy beyond the bedroom. This intentional time together can help both partners feel valued and connected, reducing the temptation to retreat into solitary habits. It's also important to recognize that vulnerability plays a significant role in intimacy. Sharing feelings of loneliness or frustration can be daunting, yet it fosters a stronger emotional connection. When Sarah shares her feelings with Tom, she opens the door for him to express his own vulnerabilities. Perhaps he feels pressure to perform or fears judgment, which drives him further into solitude. By unveiling these layers, the couple can work together to find a healthier balance. Data supports the notion that communication can significantly impact relationship satisfaction. Studies show that couples who engage in open dialogue about their sexual needs and concerns report higher levels of intimacy and connection. This isn't surprising. When partners feel heard and understood, they're more likely to feel satisfied in their relationship. As they navigate this journey, couples may also discover new aspects of each other. Tom might find that engaging in shared activities, like cooking together or exploring new interests, can rekindle the spark that was fading. Sarah, in turn, may feel empowered to express her desires and needs openly, leading to a more fulfilling relationship. The transformation that can occur when couples prioritize communication is profound. Initially, they may feel disconnected and frustrated, but by focusing on understanding and compassion, they can shift to a place of connection and intimacy. It's about creating a partnership where both individuals feel valued, heard, and above all, connected. By embracing these strategies, couples can turn what might seem like an insurmountable challenge into an opportunity for growth. As they work through these issues together, they not only strengthen their relationship, but also enhance their individual well-being. Ultimately, taking the time to communicate effectively can lead to a healthier, more satisfying sexual relationship where both partners feel fulfilled and appreciated. Masturbation is often surrounded by a cloud of myths and misunderstandings that can lead to unnecessary fears and confusion. Many people believe that frequent masturbation can cause infertility or significantly lower testosterone levels. These misconceptions can create a stigma around a natural behavior, leaving individuals feeling anxious and guilty about something that is fundamentally normal. Understanding the truth behind these myths is essential for maintaining a healthy perspective on sexuality and personal health. One of the most pervasive myths is that masturbation leads to infertility. This idea has been debunked by numerous studies, which show that regular masturbation does not negatively impact sperm count or quality. In fact, some research suggests that it may even have benefits, such as promoting the release of old sperm and potentially improving overall reproductive health. Consider the story of a young man named Alex, who was worried about his future fertility. After consulting with a healthcare professional and learning the facts, he felt relieved and empowered. He realized that his habits were not a threat to his reproductive capabilities, but rather a normal part of his sexual health. Another common misconception is that masturbation decreases testosterone levels. This myth often stems from a misunderstanding of the hormonal changes that occur during sexual arousal and orgasm. While there may be temporary fluctuations in testosterone levels following ejaculation, these changes are short-lived and do not have a lasting impact on overall hormone levels. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Urology found no significant long-term effects of masturbation on testosterone. This revelation can shift the perspective of many who fear that their sexual health is compromised by their habits. As we debunk these myths, it's crucial to highlight the importance of open communication about sexual health. Many individuals, like Sarah and Tom from earlier examples, may feel isolated in their experiences due to the stigma surrounding masturbation. By discussing these topics with friends, partners, or professionals, they can foster a healthier understanding of their bodies and behaviors. This open dialogue not only alleviates anxiety, but also strengthens relationships, allowing partners to share their feelings and needs without fear of judgment. Now, you might be wondering how to navigate the sea of information out there. One practical step is to seek reliable sources such as scientific studies or healthcare professionals, instead of relying on anecdotal stories or sensationalized media. This proactive approach can empower you to make informed decisions about your sexual health. For example, when faced with concerns about sexual performance or habits, turning to a trusted source can provide clarity and reassurance. The transformation that occurs when individuals embrace the truth about masturbation is profound. Instead of feeling shame or guilt, they can cultivate a sense of self-acceptance and confidence in their sexuality. This shift not only enhances their personal well-being, but also positively impacts their relationships. By understanding that masturbation is a normal behavior, they can engage more openly with their partners, leading to deeper emotional connections and shared experiences. In conclusion, dispelling the myths surrounding masturbation is crucial for fostering a healthier dialogue about sexual health. By understanding the facts and communicating openly, individuals can reclaim their sexual confidence and improve their relationships. The journey from fear to empowerment can transform how people view their bodies and desires. Embracing this knowledge allows for a more fulfilling and balanced approach to sexuality, ultimately leading to a healthier, happier life. Finding a healthy balance with masturbation is essential for maintaining both physical and emotional well-being. Many individuals struggle with this concept, often feeling conflicted between their desires and the impact their habits have on their lives. Imagine a young man named Alex who initially found pleasure and stress relief in masturbation. However, over time, he began to realize that it was consuming too much of his time and energy, leaving him feeling unfulfilled in other areas of life. This scenario is not uncommon, and it shows the importance of developing healthy habits. To begin, establishing limits can be a game changer. Setting specific times for personal time can help create structure in your daily routine. For instance, Alex decided to limit his private sessions to a couple of times a week, allowing him to redirect his focus towards building connections with friends and pursuing hobbies. The result? He discovered a newfound energy and enthusiasm for life outside of his bedroom. This change allowed him to experience more joy in social interactions, and even led him to meet someone special, ultimately enhancing his intimate relationships. Finding alternative ways to cope with stress is another vital aspect of developing a healthier relationship with masturbation. Many people turn to personal time as a quick escape from life's pressures, but there are numerous other outlets available. Exercise, for example, releases endorphins that can elevate your mood and reduce stress. Alex began incorporating regular workouts into his routine, and found that not only did his physical health improve, but he also felt more confident and less reliant on masturbation for comfort. As he invested time in activities like running and playing sports, he connected with others who shared similar interests, enriching his social life. It's also crucial to explore hobbies that engage the mind and body. When Alex picked up painting, he discovered a creative outlet that provided fulfillment and joy. This newfound passion not only distracted him from excessive habits, but also allowed him to express himself in ways he hadn't imagined. The act of creating something beautiful shifted his focus and helped him connect more deeply with himself and others. This transformation illustrates the profound impact that diversifying your routine can have. As we navigate this journey towards balance, it's important to acknowledge that change can be challenging. There may be moments of temptation or setbacks along the way. Alex experienced days when he felt the urge to revert to old habits, but he learned to remind himself of the benefits he was reaping from his new lifestyle. Keeping a journal of his progress, he documented changes in his mood, relationships, and overall satisfaction with life. Over time, this practice reinforced his commitment to healthier habits and served as a reminder of the transformation he was undergoing. Ultimately, the goal is to cultivate a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond temporary pleasure. By integrating healthy habits into your life, such as setting limits on personal time, engaging in physical activities, and exploring new hobbies, you create a more balanced existence. This journey may require patience and self-compassion, but the rewards are profound. Embracing a holistic approach to well-being not only enhances your sexual health, but also improves your overall quality of life. In conclusion, remember that it's not about eliminating personal time entirely, but finding a balance that works for you. By making small adjustments and exploring alternative ways to cope with stress, you can reclaim control over your life and foster deeper connections with others. Alex's story serves as a reminder that transformation is possible when you take proactive steps towards your well-being. Embrace the journey, and you may find a richer, more fulfilling life awaiting you. Recognizing when to seek help for excessive masturbation is crucial for maintaining a balanced and healthy sexual life. Many individuals may not realize that their habits are affecting them negatively until it's too late. For instance, imagine a young man named Alex. He enjoyed his time alone, but over time he began to feel isolated and anxious. His friends noticed his withdrawal, and he struggled to connect with his partner, leading to tension in their relationship. It wasn't until Alex felt overwhelmed that he considered reaching out for help. When contemplating whether your habits are excessive, consider the emotional and relational impacts. Are you often feeling guilty or ashamed after engaging in masturbation? Does it interfere with your daily responsibilities, such as work or social engagements? Recognizing these feelings can be your first step toward understanding the need for change. Excessive masturbation can lead to a cycle of temporary relief, followed by deeper feelings of anxiety or depression, which can be debilitating. This emotional toll is often overlooked, but is a significant indicator that professional help or support might be necessary. If you find yourself in a situation like Alex, where your habits are causing distress, it's important to acknowledge that seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but rather a courageous step toward reclaiming control over your life. Many men have faced similar challenges and have successfully navigated them by opening up to friends, family, or even seeking professional counseling. The journey to recovery often begins with a simple conversation. Imagine the relief Alex felt after sharing his struggles with a trusted friend. That conversation opened the door to understanding and support he hadn't realized he needed. His friend provided a listening ear and encouraged him to seek professional help, leading Alex to a therapist who specialized in sexual health. Through therapy, he learned coping strategies and how to communicate his needs effectively to his partner, which ultimately improved their relationship and his overall well-being. But how can you know when it's time to seek help? Look for signs such as persistent feelings of guilt, anxiety about sexual performance, or neglecting personal relationships in favor of solitary activities. If these feelings resonate with you, it might be time to reach out for support. There are many resources available, including hotlines, online therapy options, and support groups that focus on sexual health and wellness. The transformation from feeling trapped in a cycle of excessive habits to embracing a healthier lifestyle can be profound. Picture this. After seeking help, Alex not only learned to manage his habits better, but also rediscovered his passion for hobbies he had abandoned. He started exercising, which boosted his mood and energy levels, and he became more engaged in his social life. The positive feedback loop of improved mental health and stronger relationships fueled his journey toward balance. In conclusion, recognizing when to seek help is a vital aspect of taking control of your sexual health. It can lead to a transformation that enhances your emotional well-being and strengthens your relationships. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Many have walked the same path and found the support they needed to thrive. Embrace the possibility of change and take that first brave step toward a healthier, more fulfilling life. By doing so, you can reclaim your happiness and foster the connections that truly matter.